And we back. Now, when I was younger, me and my grandpa, we used to bond over this one game show. And that game show was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Now, I used to think to myself, man, when I get older, I'm going to be on the show. I'm going to make all this money. And then as I got older, I started to realize that I'm not as brilliant as some of the people that be on that show. But if you make it NBA edition, your boy would be a millionaire like that. So today we're trying to become a millionaire. This is actually made by our friend Marco. You know who Marco is, the quiz wizard. We'll put his link in the description. Let him know that you're part of Team No Overtime. But let's go over and play it. Now, main question I got going to this is, do we have lifelines? Because in the show, you can phone a friend once, you can poll the audience, and then you got like a 50-50 where you get rid of two of the wrong answers. Now, I don't know if Marco took that into account, but you know what? We shouldn't even need him. I'm going to play this like that one guy played it when he ain't used none of his lifelines until the very last question.
Hi, Dad.
Hi.
I don't really need your help, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to win the $1 million.
If you ask me, that's some baller stuff right there. But alright, again, shout out to Marco. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? NBA Playoff Edition. Alright, that's, hey, a little specific. Let's get it, man. NBA Playoff Edition. Now, I've been keeping up with the playoffs. Obviously, I've been watched every single minute of every single game. It's been tough, but y'all know I got 3 monitors here. So it's always time for some games. You feel me? Okay. What number 1 seed did the Warriors beat in the 2007 playoffs? That's the We Believe Warriors with Baron Davis and them. They beat the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, Dallas Mavericks in game 1. See, that's an easy $100. What would I do with that $100? You know, just keep it in the bank account. We ain't got time to be wasting money no more. 2018 is about just making money, not spending it. You feel me? $100. Yeah. We'll take that. Up front, which coach has the most playoff wins? That's obviously Phil Jackson. You got 6 championships in Chicago. You got 5 more in LA. And that's pretty much it, right? But nonetheless, that means you know how many playoff wins you need to win that many championships? It is Phil Jackson. Even though earlier in the NBA's history, round 1 was just a 5-game series, which is smart. I think we should go back to that. Nonetheless, Phil Jackson is the man. They go $200. We keeping that in the bank account. How many playoff wins do the Bulls have? Marco. Now, this may be a hard question for some people. But you know what? It's D. And you want me to show you how I know it's D? Boom. So for my 21st birthday, my cousin, Pee Wee the Plug, aka Big Stacks Porzingis here on YouTube, and a co-host of my podcast, bought me this huge book specifically about the Bulls history from decade to decade. Did I read this whole book? No, because it's about 400 pages in it. But I did learn that we have 344 playoff wins, and that number probably won't move anytime soon because we're in a rebuilding process. But 344 is the total. And I think Jordan himself got like 120 playoff games played, or 130 playoff games played as a Bull. So easy, $300. Now, when we start making more money, that's when we should start thinking about how we gonna spend it. What 8th seed is the only team to make it to the NBA Finals? That is the Knicks. I still don't know much about that Knicks team. I just know it was the Knicks. I don't know who was on the Knicks. I don't even know what era it was in. I want to guess it was the 70s, but I'm not 100% sure. But I know it was the Knicks. $500. Okay. Who holds the record for most 3-pointers made in the NBA playoffs? That is still Ray Allen. He has the most in the regular season and in the playoffs because the guy was just a dog. The guy just shot lights out pretty much his entire career. He did go through a period of time early in his career, like most rookies and young players do, where he wasn't making the playoffs. But when he did get there, he was firing up in all cylinders. The Minnesota Timberwolves head into the playoffs after how many years? 14 years. And Kevin Garnett was on that team. Kevin Garnett, Sam Cassell, I think it was Trent Hassel or something like that. Just know it's been 14 years. Some of y'all have been living less than the playoff drought in Minnesota. But they ended it, even though they're down 2-0. Will they get a win this series? I don't know. If you remember, I predicted they were going to get swept, and it's kind of seeming like it. $2,000. In what year did the number 8 seed Nuggets upset the number 1 seed Sonics? That was 94. And if you remember, a month or two ago, we got a question similar to this, and I didn't know the answer to it. But y'all know, when I get stuff wrong, I go back, I research it. There's actually a video on YouTube where you can watch Game 5, which was the elimination game. As I said earlier in this video, it used to be best out of 5 in the first round. It used to be best out of 5 in the first round. In that elimination game, Robert Pack for the Denver Nuggets just had one crazy game off the bench, and they won that series. The Dikembe Mutombo, Robert Pack. I don't remember who else was on that team. It's been a while, but for sure, 94. $4,000. So now we get into the range where we can start spending. Who hit the series winning buzzer beater in 2014 playoffs against the Rockets? That would be Damian Lillard. Now, Damian Lillard needs to show up in this playoffs, y'all. He needs to. He's been getting clamped up by Jrue Holiday. And I've been telling y'all all season long that Jrue Holiday has been very underrated. And now the world's getting to see Jrue Holiday has been balling offensively and defensively. Who blew a 3-1 lead against the Warriors in the 2016 NBA playoffs? That'll be the OKC Thunder. Now, imagine how the world or the whole NBA realm would be different if the Thunder win one more game and make it to the finals. If they win one more game and make it to the finals, y'all. That means they go against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the championship. And maybe OKC wins the championship. Who knows? But then, maybe if they just get there, even if they lose against the Cavs, KD doesn't go to play in Golden State. Maybe he stays in OKC. Like, man, we were this close. I don't know, dog. Imagine if they just win one more game, the whole NBA league will be just different. Just different. OKC will still be dominating stuff. And right now, they're not dominating. They're good, but they're not dominating like they could be with Kevin Durant. You feel me? What team holds the record for the longest game win streak? Marco. You thought you was getting me, huh? You thought so. See, now, if I was just answering real quick, I would say LA Lakers. Because, well, they have the longest regular season win streak, and that was in the 70s. You feel me? But this is playoff edition, which means that we're taking into account playoff wins. And if that's the case, it's the Golden State Warriors who won 28 regular season games in a row and then swept the first round, which put the math. Wait, what was it? 20? Basically, they were on a 33-game win streak, all right, including the playoffs. See, you a little slick, huh? You thought we was gonna lose, because if you get one wrong in this, you go all the way down. So we got to get them all right. I remember the Miami Heat went on a long win streak. I think it was 28 games, but guess who ended it? Derrick Rose and company. I remember that day. This is back when we hated the Heat because they had LeBron. I remember that day vividly, and I was so happy as a Bulls fan. But boom. Come on, Marco. I got this. The NBA stuff is what I do. Who holds the record for most points scored in a single playoff game? That's Jordan. It's actually tied between Jordan, Allen Iverson, and one other player. I forgot. Was it John Havlicek? Yeah, it's Jordan, but it may have been John Havlicek. I just remember it was an old Celtics player. Which team has the least playoff appearances? We ain't even got to pause this one. This the Pelicans. Who have been, again, they're one of the more fun teams to watch in this playoffs. If you ain't been watching the Pelicans versus Portland Trailblazer games, I don't know what you're doing, because it's probably the best series right now. Who holds one of the best series? Who holds the record for most triple-doubles in the playoff history? This is for 250,000. It's Magic Johnson. We don't need no lifeline. I was thinking about maybe phoning a friend, you know. We not phoning nobody. I mean, maybe. We still got more questions. But still, right now, we just been blowing through these questions. How many seconds left? Derek Fisher hit a buzzer beater in 2004 Western Conference Finals. I know this answer. Me and my boy Mike Ball, who's a diehard Lakers fan, we talk about this all the time. You only need 0.4 seconds for Derek Fisher to get a shot up, baby. You only need 0.4 seconds for Derek Fisher to get a shot up. That's $500,000 question. I just made $500,000 fictional dollars. Come on now. LeBron James had won blank first round games in a row until he lost against the Pacers this year. 21. And just like that, I just became a millionaire. Fictional millionaire. But nonetheless, we did it, boys. We did it. 1 million smackaroonies. What would I do with $1 million? Low key, I know this is very cliche, but I definitely buy my mom's a house, you feel me? She still lives in the city. I don't live in the city no more. I'm from Chicago. I don't live in the city no more. I moved out. This is a very beautiful apartment. My mom still lives in the city. I want her to be out here in the burbs was just a little bit more safe. So that's the first thing I would do with $1 million. But hey, you know, and then I'd probably get a house instead of the small apartment I have. But nonetheless, $1 million is a lot of money. You feel me? $1 million is a lot of money. Think about it. Basically, an NBA minimum contract is just a little bit under $1 million. You know. So it was somebody. Was it Josh Smith? Some NBA player. Hold on. Yeah, I remember this. Josh Smith says $6.4 million salary will be harder on his family. You know, $6 million is a lot of money. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave it a like. Let me know how much money you left with. But just remember, if you got anything wrong, you drop all the way back down. You feel me? So I want to see some people being honest, because not a lot of those questions were super easy. Okay, thank y'all so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.
Vigorous, the illest, realest lyricist. I'm sick like syphilis. Got a certificate for killing shit, and any innocent who witnessed the fucking incident. Got a team of militants, punchlines crunch lipping.